Welcome to Capers, a police podcast here with your host, the IA guy. Look, these type of stories are all about life-saving, heroic, and significant incidents that occur when a police officers carry out their duties. And today, we got Leonard Perez that's going to tell you about an incident that happened way back in 1992, right after the riots. You got to stay tuned and hear it. Okay, Code 6 with Leonard Perez. Thanks for coming, bro.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Tell me about this caper you got involved in, too, because I'm really interested to know, not just me, but the audience, about this, I suppose it's a little crazy caper, man. What do you got?
I got a robbery incident, and you talk about the timing of this incident. It happened, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks right after the 92 riots. We were on the downsides of the curfew. Let me back up a little bit. During the first week of the riots, they had sent me down from Foothill Division to South Bureau, so I was working on a strike team with the fire department for that first week.
Okay.
And then I went back to Foothill Division, and the curfew was imposed. So I'm riding 3 deep with the 2 officers. I'm an officer myself, P2, and I'm driving, I want to say, eastbound on Van Nuys Boulevard approaching San Fernando Road.
Okay.
And it's almost dusk. It's not that dark yet, but there's still a bit of light out. And I'm at the stop sign, and I look across the street, and there's a bus bench, and there's a viejito sitting there, like a 70 to 80-year-old male Hispanic, and his eyes are as big as being on a roller coaster, like something's wrong. Mm-hmm. So I look closer, and there's this gangster, Hispanic gangster, who's sitting right next to him. And as I look closer, I can see his hand jabbing him in the side, and he's got like an ice pick, and he's actually stabbing the guy on the side, breaking clothing and breaking skin, and he's motioning the gangster with his other hand, like, give me your stuff. Obviously, the gangster doesn't see us. We're in a marked black and white unit. We're 3 deep, and I tell my partners, hey, look, we got a 211. We're gonna jam him, and I step on the pedal. We come in, we make a scene, breaking. Doors fly open, guns come out, and commands come out, and the felony prone starts to come out. And the poor victim, the Hispanic guy, his eyes are just so big. My concern is like, man, this poor guy's going to have a heart attack, with all this going on.
Totally.
And the gangster, he's under the influence, so it takes him a while to realize, oh, shit, the police are here, right? Start giving him commands, and he's slow at following the directions. He's still got the knife at his side, right?
Right.
And in my mind, I'm going through, okay, this could be a hostage situation. What the heck am I going to do, right? I was considering pulling back the hammer and going for a headshot. And just as then, that's when the gangster starts to follow the direction. He drops the knife. He stands up. He's still reluctant. He's not really going with the program. But at the end of the day, he finally complies, and we take him into custody. And we had to call an R unit, a rescue ambulance, for the 80-year-old victim because he had a pretty significant wound on his side from that ice pick. So they interviewed him, and he only spoke Spanish. But basically, the guy went up to him and said, "Give me all your money, give me your watch, and give me your wallet." And he handed over his watch. But he was so scared he couldn't hand over his wallet, and he was frozen. And that's when we rolled up, and he saw us. So you talk about timing for this poor victim. He was so gracious to see the black and white police car there, and he couldn't even stutter to get the words out, like help or look at me. He was just hoping that we would see what was going on, and miraculously, I saw what was going on, and we took action.
Had you not would have been there at that location, you think we would have been looking at a homicide, maybe?
At least that, or 245, or a hospitalization at minimal.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, you know what? What was the only question I have is what was the outcome? What was the result? I know he got arrested for 211, which is a robbery. It's a felony crime.
Yeah, he was a career criminal. He had just gotten out of prison about a month ago, higher than a kite. They filed 211 on him. And send him back for another 25 years.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know what? Thanks for sharing that. That's really appreciated. What a caper.
That poor victim, man. I felt so bad for him because all I could think about is my grandfather. You know, if that was my grandfather, right? That poor victim was just so scared.
Yeah. And, one of the reasons we decided to do this particular podcast is because we don't get to hear those kind of stories. What I consider to be a heroic, life-saving type of incident. And I got to tell you, we need to have more awareness of what police work it really is.
The human side of the humanizing of police work, the good and the bad.
That's
definitely.
right. Yeah, Roger that. Hey, Leonard, thank you. I appreciate it, and we'll see you. We'll see you soon, brother. And on that note, please be safe out there, and don't forget to go Code 6. Thank you.